Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy High Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out why is the person on your mind silent? Why aren't they talking to you? Why aren't they responding to your texts? So whatever this situation might be between you guys. So you can see an image on your screen right now. You've got three options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hello group 1, if you guys chose the first image, let's start your reading by taking a look at the dice to find out why is the person on your mind silent. Then we'll move on to your oracle cards and then take a look at your tarot cards. So let's start group 1. They might not be talking to you, but this does not mean that they aren't keeping an eye on you or that they don't know what's up with you. I think they do. For some of you, this is related to a romantic connection, and it is also possible that for some of you, this is a relative, a family member, a friend who isn't talking to you, and you guys are trying to figure out why that is. It is also possible for some of you that the reason why this person might be silent right now or not talking to you is because they're too caught up with whatever's going on at home. Maybe there is some feud at home, maybe there is some legal dispute happening between their family and somebody else's, and so they're caught up in that mix and they're not able to take out the time to talk to you. I do feel like this person has strong passion for you, very passionate for you, has deep emotions towards you. And I also feel like whatever has happened in the past between you guys, they want all of that to be water under the bridge. They do want you guys to be able to move away from all of that. They don't want any bad blood between you and them. But I don't think they're too sure of whether things can be made right between them or between you. They do strongly feel that this connection between you guys is fated, that it's no coincidence that you guys are in each other's lives. But then again, 5 for me is about change. So they know that there is some change that they need to bring about from their end in order for things to become smooth between you guys again. While they aren't talking to you right now, there does seem to be a lot of curiosity in their mind about what's currently happening in your love life, group 1, especially with regards to structure. Are you now in a new relationship with someone else? Are you getting married to someone else? Things of that nature. It is also possible that right now this person, for a few of you at least, might be more focused on rising up in life, moving up the ladder, breaking the glass ceiling, things like that. And so that is where they're more focused. But anyway, let's take a look at your oracle cards now, group 1. We have insecurity beginning your reading. I'm going to shift these slightly upward. So we have insecurity, ideation, moon that says emotions with the number 23, and we have wisdom. When I see insecurity over here and the fact that the scales here aren't balanced, I think group 1 that this person thinks that you are out of their league, that you are better than them when it comes to perhaps looks, achievements, money, lifestyle, can be anything. Maybe you guys met in 2023, or this cycle, or this, them going radio silent situation has been going on since 2023. Perhaps you guys met when you were 23 years old, or 23 might be either one of your birth dates. Now, here's the thing. When I see this devil over here, it reminds me, or it makes me feel, especially coupled with the energy of wisdom, that this is quite likely all just in their head. And that's not how you feel. This is an idea that resides in their mind and their mind alone. Group 1 must think that they're better off than me. Group 1 must be judging me. Group 1 must be thinking this. Group 1 must be thinking that. When in reality you don't. Perhaps all you care about is this person. All you care about is getting back in touch with them. All you care about is making positive progress in this connection. It is also possible over here with wisdom and this little devil that there might be someone feeding these ideas to your person. With wisdom, this might be someone, and this is so sad, this might actually be someone they look up to. And this is how they're getting poisoned. Oh, group one is out of your league. What were you thinking? Yeah, as if group one is going to take out time for you. Things like that. There definitely is some disparity over here. Your socioeconomic standards might be different. Your family backgrounds might not be the same. You guys might not be making the same amount of money. But like I said, all of that does not matter to you, but they think it does, or they're being told by someone that that's all that matters to you, that's all that you care about. This individual, even though they're not talking to you, they definitely still have very, very strong emotions for you. It's just that they keep them hidden with the energy of the moon over here. This person, honestly, group one, is scared. And they're scared, that's why they're silent. They're scared of being judged by you. They're scared of leaving a bad impression on you. They're scared of not matching up to your family standards and expectations. They're scared of not being good enough for you. And so that is why they might have withdrawn. That is why they might not be talking to you. But then here's the thing. Like I said, I do think that this person has very, very strong, passionate feelings towards you. Deep passion, deep emotions, lots of sexual attraction, great chemistry. That sexual tension is always there between you and them. Anyone can, like, it can be cut, literally. That's how strong it is. But I think sometimes they act out of character, and then that amazes you, and it just gets you wondering. Up until yesterday, you weren't talking to me, and now suddenly, like you're looking into my eyes, like you're staring into my soul. What's going on? So there are these slip ups that happen, but other than that, yes, they're not taking any action. The problem over here with the energy of moon and wisdom is that they're not going to share all of this with you. And whoever it is that they're sharing this with is obviously not giving them the right advice. I have no idea why this other person is so keen on, like, why is this person such a trickster? Why is this person giving your person bad advice? I don't know. Maybe that's just who they are. Maybe they're a very sadistic person who like to cause trouble in other people's paradise. Maybe this is someone who hasn't found love, and so now they can't tolerate anyone else being happy around them. I feel like this person gets lost in daydreams about you, group one. They fantasize about this idealistic future with you where they are at par with you, or where there are no class differences or socioeconomic differences between you guys. It's like this very, very idealistic world where you guys are together and everything is really happy, and perhaps you guys have even started a family together. But that's just in their dreams or other daydreams, like I said. If sometimes you catch this person, like zoned out, staring into the abyss, looking at something at a distance, trust me, they're daydreaming about you, group one. And of course, for a few of you, especially if you know this about this person, if they have had their heart broken before, if they're someone who's had a failed marriage before, that might be a reason why now they are so insecure or so afraid of making that leap, of making that change, of giving love another chance. That might be another reason why they choose to stay silent and not act on these deep emotions instead. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards, group one. We have King of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, we have the King of Swords in reverse. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is just a farce. Honestly, group one, this person does want to commit to you. They do have very, very deep feelings for you, very strong emotions for you. But with the King of Pentacles over here and the Wheel of Fortune, they think that they're not a good fit for you, that you deserve better. And so they should just suck it up and try to move on from you. But clearly, they're not able to. They're not doing a very good job at moving on from you, no matter how they must be acting or what they must be pretending. That's just not true. Okay, sometimes this person is silent. Mostly, this person is silent. But the King of Swords over here in reverse tells me that occasionally, when they do talk to you, it's rather blunt, very, very to the point, very formal. Maybe they cut short your sentences. They make sure from their end that the conversation isn't getting dragged longer than necessary. And it's, of course, and understandably so, very, very upsetting for you. You don't get it. And I'll tell you why you don't get it. The moon over here, with this strong energy of wisdom as well, tells me that somewhere in your heart of hearts, you know that this person likes you. And so when their actions don't align with what you intuitively feel, naturally it baffles you, it surprises you, it makes no sense to you. And so, of course, that is why you're here watching this video. They want to commit to you, but they don't think that they're good enough. And now here's the problem. If you go straight up and tell them that no, this is all just in your head, I think you're great for me, I think you're the perfect fit for me, they won't buy it. That's the problem. With the King of Swords over here, if you were to do that, it would then hurt their ego. They would think that you're throwing them a pity party. They wouldn't appreciate it. So this is a difficult person over here. Difficult not in the terms of difficult person to deal with or difficult person to be with. I mean, it's difficult for you to help them understand or help them see the truth. We have the Hangman over here underneath the Ace of Pentacles. So they do feel this irresistible pull towards you, but they don't act on it. And definitely, with the King of Swords being in reverse over here, do not buy into that coldness. Don't buy into that aloofness. It's simply not true. With the Six of Swords over here and the Wheel of Fortune, I do think that there is a possibility of this no communication or this radio silence energy coming to an end. It can happen in the next 6 weeks for most of you. For some of you, this can happen around June. Again, with the Six of Swords over here and the Wheel of Fortune, some of them are silent because they're very afraid of moving on. And when I say moving on, I don't mean moving on from their ex. I don't think they're hung up on anyone. Basically, moving on and giving love or giving relationships, giving solid commitment another chance. That is what is holding them back. Because they haven't seen the future. They don't know what the future holds. They don't know if you will be another lesson for them or if you will be, there happily ever after. They don't know that. The thing is, of course, that they will or they would have found that out had they taken a risk, had they kept up the communication with you, which they're not. This energy of fear, this energy of insecurity being the first card over here, it has a super strong grip on them. And unfortunately, in the situation group 1, I don't think there's anything that you can do about it per se. You can't learn their lessons for them. You can't learn their lessons around self-worth and insecurity for them. That's just something that they'll have to battle with and emerge victorious on top on their own. In fact, I do feel over here with the Wheel of Fortune that once they do learn these lessons, once they do understand that they are imposing these unnecessary restrictions on them or cooking up these stories in their mind which aren't actually true, that is when they will be making a move towards you. Because honestly, with the King of Swords being in reverse over here, I think more than you, this person themselves is getting rather fed up about keeping up this act of, oh, I don't care with you. You or them might be having Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your charts. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now, Group 1. For more tarot readings, you can follow me on Instagram. The link is in my description box. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group 2. If you guys chose the second image, let's start your reading by taking a look at your dice to find out why is the person on your mind silent, why aren't they talking to you. Then we'll move on to your oracle cards and then finally take a look at your tarot cards. So let's start group 2. Okay. What was that? What had come out? This. Yeah. So see, this reminds me of the Ace of Cups. So I do feel like there is endless, bottomless emotion in this person's heart for you. In fact, I do feel like there is this intense magnetic pull that they feel towards you. Um, group Group 2, there might be a song that reminds them of you, and so they listen to it on loop, whether or not you're aware of it. It might have been a song that you introduced them to, a new type of music that you introduced them to. And so they're not talking to you, but through music, through movies, through memories like that, you can say, they are keeping the spirit of this connection alive. I feel like the problem with this person is that their intellect and their emotions clash a lot, and because of that, they're not able to decide what's best for them, what they should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing. It is also possible over here with this hot air balloon and the airplane that they might have moved away from home. They might have gone and settled elsewhere, settled down elsewhere, another city, another state, or another country, or you might have made that move. Basically, one of you has moved away, and now there is physical distance. That might be another reason why they are, like their logic is taking um, what's the word that I'm looking for? Their emotions have taken a backseat. They're going more by their logic that, oh, what's the point? Long distance relationships never work. It'll eventually fizzle out. So why not just end it right here? They could have moved away, or you could have moved away for a better career, better job opportunities, whatever it was. And here's the thing, even though they aren't talking to you, even though they are silent, they rely on their memories with you to get by. That is a very strong message that I'm getting. I don't care how many people they're surrounded by over there. I don't know how excellently well they're doing over there. Maybe they're even in a new relationship now for some of you, especially if you know about it. If you don't have to unnecessarily apply this message on yourself. But in moments of weakness and in their dark days, they still do turn towards you for that emotional support without reaching out to you, like I said. So it is through memories, through photographs, through music, through movies that they're keeping the spirit of this connection alive. Very, very, very practical person over here, group 2. I'm not sure when was the last time you guys spoke to each other. Maybe it was 3 months ago, maybe it was 3 years ago. Regardless, you must have noticed this, that they always control the flow of the conversation, whether it is deciding how long or short the conversation would be, or whether it is keeping a command over what kind of things or what topics are you guys essentially discussing. If they feel like the conversation is now being routed towards a more romantic angle, they might cut it short. And they perhaps have done this in the past. You feel like home to this person, and that's a feeling that no matter how far away they try to run away from you, no matter which corner of the world they go and hide in, this feeling, they just cannot shake it off. They can't. This magnetism, this attraction, again, like I said, no matter how long it's been, they cannot shake that off. Okay, let's take a look at your oracle cards now, group 2. So we have enlightenment, we have frustration, yield, which says patience with the number 3, and we have simplicity. The problem with this person, group 2, is that they like things in a particular way. And when life throws curveballs at them, they get very frustrated. They do not like it. It is quite what did I just do? Okay. Yeah. So it is quite possible over here, group 2, that this person, without telling you, could have had this elaborate plan about how they wanted your future to be. Oh, we would be together forever, we'll do this, we would do that, this is where we live, this is what we'll do. But then enlightenment over here tells me that for the sake of their career, for the sake of their higher education, or this might be your energy, one of you, like I said, had to move away. And this is something that I feel like they kept on telling themselves on loop over here with frustration and patience, that there is absolutely no point in me asking group 2 to put their life on hold for me, like don't date anyone until I come back. And it is also unfair if I keep group 2 waiting for me in this particular country, and meanwhile in that particular country or city or state, I'm going around hooking up, talking to other people, enjoying my singlehood or whatever. So they convinced themselves that it won't be fair to either you or them. It is also possible over here with the energy of enlightenment that someone older than them could have told them that, oh, long distances don't really work, so what's the point? Why bother yourself? Why bother investing time and energy in a connection which you ultimately know will not have any concrete ending? And so they left. They just simply left, wandered off. And here's the interesting thing, simplicity over here tells me that it might seem to you like not talking to you is not a big deal to them. That, they drifted off and they're living their life, they're having the time of their life in that other place. That is not true. Internally, this person is very frustrated by the fact that they liked you, but they couldn't do anything about it, which obviously we know isn't true. If they wanted to, they could have, but they chose not to anyway. And well, these are their reasons because of which they're silent. But what I'm trying to make you understand over here is that do not buy into this act of them saying that, oh, let's just be friends, why do we have to complicate it? It's okay, whenever I'll be visiting, I'll make it a point to come and meet you. They won't be able to meet you, because if they were to stand face to face in front of you, they will not be able to deny that magnetism, they won't be able to deny that emotion, they won't be able to run away from it. In fact, I feel over here with frustration, patience, and simplicity that this person honestly had hoped that by now they would be over you, but they aren't. And that is what's killing them. That is what is frustrating to them. I don't know how much effort are you now putting into this whole thing, group 2. Maybe you aren't. Maybe you too got sick and tired and you just, left it at that, okay, fine, if you don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me, go to hell or whatever. And I think more than their withdrawal of action, it is your lack of action which is bothering them at this point. They see you as someone who's very fragile, as someone who's very delicate, someone who's very naive, very pure, very innocent. And I think how they view you right now is that you are living your life in a very easy breezy, carefree manner. And they're not there to take care of you, they're not there to protect you, they're not there to watch over your shoulders, and it is frustrating for them. I also feel over here, group 2, that they think that so much time has passed since they made a move that any attempt would be futile now. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now, group 2. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Sun. We have the Moon. Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. So the feelings still linger, the feelings still exist. It's just that they're very nicely, deeply covered. And look at this, we have the sun and the moon over here. This individual legit thought that you guys were meant to be, that this was endgame, and perhaps you thought the same. This might be one of your soulmates, I won't deny that. And the magnetism again might be mutual. I think you too might have tried to move on from this person, but you simply weren't able to. I also feel like even though this person isn't talking to you, they do keep tabs on you. They do stalk you on social media. They do things of that nature, but they just keep their emotions very hidden. On the outside, they might make it seem like they've got everything going in their life, great house, great life, great money, everything. But emotionally, I don't think this person is satisfied. They still dream about you, they dream about you. All those wishes, all those dreams that they had envisioned if they had ended up with you, I think those dreams still haunt this person. But again, like I said, it's been so long and they feel like that they're so far away now that there's nothing that they can do about it, or there's nothing they should be doing about it now, because you seem to have drifted off in a different direction and you seem to be doing fine. I feel like there's a lot of curiosity in this person's energy to know about who holds the key to your heart now. I'm not sure what's going on in their love life. One of you does not share much on social media these days, whether it's you or whether it's them. If it is you who has stopped sharing much on social media, that frustrates them a lot, that they're not able to find out as much as they'd like to about you. And here's the thing, if ever you try to break the silence from your side, group two, they'll have a pleasant conversation with you. It might be a short conversation, but they will have a pleasant conversation with you. The catch is that in that conversation, you will not be able to figure out, or you will not be able to imagine the depths of this person's emotions towards you. They will not let it come to the surface. With the moon card over here, along with frustration, this is a person who only reveals as much as they want. You cannot get them to talk about their feelings if they don't want to talk about their feelings. You cannot get them to give you commitment if they do not wish to give you commitment. So you cannot get them to start talking to you again if they've decided not to talk to you again. And like I said, their logic precedes their emotion. So if logically, if through their mind they think that long distance doesn't work, our paths are not aligned, what's the point? Then that's the story they'll keep telling themselves. And no matter what you do, no matter how many tips and tricks you use from your side, it is not going to make a difference if they have made up their mind, which they seem to have made up. But the problem over here, unfortunately for our friend over here, is that their heart is not complying with their mind. They are not in agreement. And that is causing a lot of internal distress to this person. Alright, group 2. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. For more tarot readings, you can follow me on Instagram. The link is in my description box. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello group 3, if you guys chose the third image, let's start your reading by taking a look at the dice first to find out why is the person on your mind silent. Then we'll take a look at your oracle cards and finally move on to your tarot cards. So let's start group 3. This year might hold some significance in this connection, or the last 5 years, maybe since the last 5 years or 5 months, you guys haven't spoken to each other. What's interesting is that while they are silent, they do keep on waiting for your phone call. They do keep on waiting for your message. You know, hoping, waiting, wishing expectantly that you would reach out. I don't know why they think that you would do so, but well. And one more thing, even though they're silent right now and not talking to you, This does not mean that this is an arrangement that they're super happy with. They're not. I also feel like this person is stalking you, keeping tabs on you, keeping an eye on you, your digital footprint, what's up with you, whatever information they can extract from social media. I do feel like this person is rather obsessed with you, group 3. I feel like they try to gather as much information as they can about you, but I'm not sure how much of it they're actually getting. It is possible that this could have been someone whom you had met or connected with through your work. So, this could have been your office, some freelancing thing you were doing, and for of course, for a few of you, it could have been your school or college where you guys met. I do feel that even though you guys aren't speaking to each other, even though this person, I mean, is silent, not talking to you, they do still feel a lot of pull towards you. You still mean a lot to them, because if you didn't, I don't think they'd be as sad as they seem to be over here. Even if you guys haven't spoken to each other in ages, they haven't lost your number. They have still kept your number. I'm not sure if this person has ever butt dialed you or if this person has ever sent across a drunk text, although I am getting that message very strongly for some of you that you have received drunk texts from this person. Um, but I feel like just the thought of closing out this door with you permanently, which would of course mean deleting your number, removing you from their social media, and all of that, I think that thought in itself saddens them a lot. And so they haven't done any such thing. And I feel like they dread that you might do some such thing in the future. Okay, let's take a look at your oracle cards now, group 3. So we have wisdom, abundance, labyrinth that says journey with the number 15, and we have success. I feel like the sadness that this person feels, they try to make up for it by hyper focusing on their work, on their finances, the material stuff. Something that can stop them from spiraling into these sad emotions towards this connection with you. Maybe this person is doing really well in their career right now, very, very successful, making tons of money, but it just does not feel the same because you're not there with them. And here's the thing, I feel like it was on this journey, or because of this journey to success, to money, that you guys grew apart. And it is possible that they had imagined when they had started out on this journey, higher education, moving to a bigger city, whatever it was, they could have imagined that it won't take a toll on this connection, that you would come, like you would follow in their footsteps, but perhaps you didn't. Maybe they decided to move to a bigger city and you said, no, I'm not going to leave my hometown. I'm happy with where I am. And they never expected that something that they're doing for their future is going to be the reason that you guys grow apart, but you did. Maybe initially there was a lot of back and forth communication, and eventually it just kept on dwindling and dwindling and dwindling further. Now, of course, if they wanted to, they could have sent across a message, they could have come to meet you. They didn't do any of that. And I think they didn't do any of that is because with the energy of wisdom over here, they could have expected, like I said, that you would be holding down the fort. You would do that for them, but you didn't. Because, I mean, there's only so much that you could have done from your side. And now it seems that this person achieved everything that they had set out for, but at what cost? In fact, for a few of you, maybe now this person is in the public eye. That's how successful they are. They might be surrounded with people, but there is no genuine connection. There is no genuine affection. It's just infatuation, admiration. They have tons of fans and all of that, but that genuine heart to heart connection where they feel deeply, deeply for someone, that is missing. In fact, I just got another download for you, group 3. Apparently, now people come after them only for their money, and nobody bothers to get to know who this person actually is beneath the surface of a super successful person. You could have read them like an open book, and they just don't get that with anyone else now, and it saddens them. But they feel that they've come so far away that coming back towards you would mean giving up on all of these things, which at this point they don't seem to be ready for. Which, if we look at it from a practical lens, of course, from their point of view, it would make sense that, and especially like I said, if they are in the public eye and if they are this successful, it must have taken them years to get to this stage. So obviously, they must be thinking twice or thrice before making such a big move or such a big change for the sake of this connection. But nonetheless, it does upset them. But that's why they keep their distance. That's why they stay silent. Let's take a look at your tarot cards now, group 3. We have the Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the World, we have the Five of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. So they still hold you very dear to them. You know, you still have that space in their heart. In some quiet corner of their heart, you still exist very lovingly, very dearly, very comfortably, group 3. And just look at how, okay, the way that this is played out. Three of Pentacles, you can see a happy family, mom, dad, their kid, they're all, working on something together. And then the world over here is this totally different world in which your person at the moment is existing. This life of luxury, fast cars, hopping from one plane to the next, this meeting, that proposal, this project, things like that, or whatever it is that they might be doing. Very, very out there, very, very go-getter sort of an energy. And to choose this would mean to give up on this. And to give up on this is what they had initially left behind. And so now here they are stuck in the middle, unable to make a decision, unable to think clearly, unable to look at the pros and cons in a detached manner. Although I can see over here with the Five of Swords that they get two things. Each time they start debating about what to do and what not to do, there are two emotions that they feel. The first emotion is that if they leave all of this and come back to you, to your hometown or wherever it is that you're living, it would be a disservice to them. It's like they would be robbing themselves of something that they worked so hard to achieve. And then the second emotion or the second thought that comes to their mind is that how do I face group 3 again, considering the fact that I just, one fine day decided to distance myself and I did not make any attempt to bridge that gap. So how can I show up now after all these years, hoping that group 3 will be interested in settling down with me, interested in having this family life with me. Also, they are not sure whether you would be open to the idea of relocating and coming to wherever they are. And of course, for a few of you, group 3, maybe you have found someone else. Maybe you are happily married now, or you're happily coupled with someone, and they're aware of it. They know about it, and when they think about it, it makes them really sad because they think of you as the one that got away. They feel like the universe in some way, or their journey or their destiny in some way, robbed them, because why couldn't I get both of the things that I wanted? Why couldn't I get both love and a happy career? Why is it that I had to let go of one for the sake of the other? So they feel like it is them who has, whom the world has cheated in some manner, and they're not happy with it. So on the outside, like I said, this is a very successful person. They've got a lot going on for themselves, but internally, unfortunately, this person is not happy. And as you can see, there is so much chaos, there's so much confusion, so many overwhelming emotions going on in their mind. Because of all of that, they stay silent. They're not able to make that move towards you. They're not able to just, on a whim, send you a message. I'm not seeing them in any action oriented energy at the moment, although with the Three of Pentacles over here and the World, there is a possibility that in the near or distant future, you guys will be getting back in touch. But on the basis of this reading, I cannot say whether it will be in a platonic sense or in a romantic sense, but there is definitely a feeling of your paths getting aligned one more time in the future. All right, group 3. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. For more tarot readings, you can follow me on Instagram. The link is in my description. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.